in my house, with my parents, like, big music fans. Like, my dad played in a jazz band. My mom played piano for a while. You know, I was growing up, you know, playing music. So, like, I listened to CD 101.9. That's what we played in the house.
That's right,
like, you know, I couldn't be playing hip-hop in the house. So, basically, like, Steely Dan is like my dad's a huge Steely Dan fan. So, time out of mind, he would play all the time in the crib. So, it kind of takes me back to being, like, my youth. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the whole idea.
Every time I hear records like that, you know?
And just to have the audacity to throw that on. And then you guys got Howard Jones. Things can only get better.
That's another banger.
We
both had that.
Yeah, we both
it's
had.
Funny,
we had so many things on each other's lists.
We made our list separately, and we got in there. We were going through records. He was like,
and
I have that on my list
each other
too.
out. Bugging each other out, like, what? You did not! Or like we'd have the same artist, but like two songs that we liked, the only two that we would put on from that artist, but we'd have two different ones. Like two cool Elton John songs or two Howard Jones songs.
And then y'all would fight it out.
And then it'd be like, yo, I like this.
Yeah,
we kind of had to feel out the vibe, but you know.
But the whole CD came out kind of like an album because we played the songs all the way out. It's not like a typical mix CD where it's just like, you know.
And that's really because we love the music. Like I always, like, it's funny like about songs to me. I try to listen to the very ends. Like you listen to a Hall & Oates song and you hear like them riffing on the end. I remember all those riffs sometimes even more than parts of the normal songs. So like. Those ends are important. They put them there for a reason. The solos that go over them, the riffs, vocal riffs, or just the sequencing and breakdowns. That's like cool to hear. You don't hear those in the clubs anymore.
Yeah,
no one's gonna get you that full song and play it for you. But now people can hear that shit and yo, here's the whole song. We're not gonna cut it short for you. We're gonna give you the whole concept.
We didn't suffer from DJ ADD.
Yeah, we didn't have to do
like,
that.
You know? So it comes off like an album, which is really dope about it, you know? You really get to hear the entire song and really get the real vibe for it, you know?
It wasn't rushed and it wasn't forced, it wasn't pushed. No, I saw that. And now, what I think this album, the best thing about it now, I listen to this record a lot when I'm working because it's so smooth and fluid. Then all of a sudden, it'll take me somewhere. I'll be like, oh, like, yeah, Billy Ocean on there. I was just like, whoa, that's like, right there. You know what I mean? That's just like, oh, you know. So let me ask all three of you, and you included, what's the best thing to do when listening to this album?
Oh, that's actually a good question.
Oh, you go. You go first. What do you got?
No, like, I really like to actually work out to those.
Okay.
I put them in my DVD player and my TV, and I just play it through my TV. And I'll work out and like take a shower and I'll get ready to go out. Like I'll maybe have a glass of wine and then it's kind of like my setup.
Okay.
Like I try to look at it like that.
Okay.
O'Neal, what do you think?
It's the scheduling of it.
Yes, I feel similar to Dubs. Like normally when I listen to CD, I'm like getting ready for my night. It kind of gives me that extra Red Bull burst of energy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Laying out my outfit because I have OCD. So I'm laying out my outfit. I'm picking out the shoes. I'm picking out whatever. So it really inspires you to really go out and have a good time. And to be honest with you, sometimes when I listen to CD, I just hope that DJs start playing this kind of stuff in the clubs. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I feel like just staying at home and having my own party with this CD instead of going out because it's so much fun. You know what I mean?
It's a good ad.
That's powerful, man.
Like I like listening to it while driving, like while I'm in the car, like a long drive. I love that. And also before I go to DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it kind of takes me to another place, like mentally, with like musically. So like when I go into play, I'm not always thinking about playing the same stuff. It's like that kind of opens your mind to other things. So it's
easy to listen to like that too because I think when you have the TV on or the radio on, it's like you get beat down with a song.
Yeah.
They play a song like you hear that same thing every half hour probably. So this is cool because you're like, you don't listen to those songs every day. You're not putting on like Hall & Oates every day. I mean, maybe I am, but
how many times how many times you can listen to I Can't Go For That?
Yeah.
How many times you can hear Don't You Want Me Baby? Like, those are the 80s tracks
It's like DJs got the idea that it's cool to play old stuff, retro stuff, but they just play every other retro thing everyone else plays.
Number one record of that year.
Prince Kiss. It's Billie Jean. It's
That's
all
right.
and what we're trying to say is, there's a whole other thing to discover or rediscover. So that's
right.
You
can't let those songs get lost in,
lost
over time.
Prince has a lot of other hits to play.
Yeah, exactly.
And really great stuff.
Yeah, like like Herb Alpert and with Janet Jackson, "Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend." When I got the CD and I listened to that, and, you know what I mean, Janet Jackson, she have like a catalog with so many hits.
I know, but you forget.
But you forget, like, Herb Alpert,
like,
Janet Jackson. I love that.
That was one of those records that I was like, no one plays that. No one plays that.
Yeah.
Diamonds are
and people talking. And it's funny, that's people always point that song out on that album. They're like,
I forgot. You just forget.
And you so know it too. Like I don't remember that song at all, but when you played it, I was like, I knew it right away.
Yeah.
It must have been a big hit. It must have been a video.
It wasn't a hit. They had a video.
Oh, yeah.
They had a video?
It was a video. Or I saw it on VH1 Soul, like maybe like cover like a couple weeks before we recorded it.
No, you showed me it. And the thing
the video was unbelievable. It's funny.
I think all
the thing about
these have
Janet Jackson
videos.
is like she doesn't actually show her face. You see her like silhouette. She's looking at the back of a limousine. It's just black, but you see the hair. And she's like singing the whole time.
Because it was on a Herb album.
It was on the Herb Alpert album. Yeah.
Oh.
And he's like a jazz guy, right?
And I think Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis they always produced that.
Ah.
You can hear it.
You can hear it. It sounds like a Janet song. Yeah.
You can feel that one. And so what do you want people to take away from this CD? Because if they haven't downloaded it, you need to copy it. What do you want? Start with you, m.o.s. What do you think people should take away from this?
You know, I just want people to enjoy the music. I want people to open their mind to other things. You know, to listen to really get into the CD and really like listen to other types of music. You know, like don't just listen to the same shit that people play all the time. You know. Rediscovery.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's mind expansion. That's like that was the whole concept. That's the whole cover. You know, it's like we're in a world. Look, that's the Zelda map, by the way. If you check the DeLorean that's the DeLorean from the Check Your Coat vid.
That's right.
That's my man holding up the boombox, which I do on stage when I do shows with Oneal. At the end of the show, I hold the boombox up. It's from Say Anything. Then I got Qbert, who's just an icon of. He's an '80s video game icon that I feel like people forgot.
Yeah.
So I tried, you know what I mean? Like he's like the Pac-Man, he's like the other Pac-Man, but people don't really talk about it.
Looks like
there's some Heinekens because we were drinking Heinekens in the studio, and none of us got girls because I just like to see them
all day.
Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. There's a crazy moon over here. You know, it's just about discovering like the cool stuff. I mean, having fun and it's up tempoed most of it, the thing, so it can keep you dancing. You could have this at a party.
All day.
Yeah, so
and
that's we love it.
Now a lot of
Have
people.
fun.
Now you know we're at Gakcity. We got a lot of requests for what's next with you two. So what's popping?
Well, we got part 2's brewing.
Yeah, part 2 is brewing. There's like the thing is,
I'm not gonna say too much about it.
we have those lists. Like we have a lot of stuff like that.
We have still a
and
lot
we
of
still are rediscovering things all the time for ourselves. Sometimes you'll play me something and be like, oh, we got to put that on. We're gonna have a new list.
Of course.
In real soon. So. Coming.
It doesn't stop. There's an infinite amount of music. You know what I'm saying? There's
you always can search for stuff. We can't make enough mixtapes to even cover the cool stuff.
But we're gonna try. You guys stay tuned.